Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, what I came to do.
You know.
What we come to do. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, don't forget we're in the smaller studio, so we can't stretch.
I still got it.
I know.
I still got it.
Oh, you threw it! Now bring it.
Yes.
He did Matrix. Sierra. He put Sierra in. Hey, you guys. Welcome to another amazing after show of Bring It. I know you totally saw that Tony brought it. This is Season 2, Episode 13, Road to Royale. I am your host, Miss Lovely English Cleveland.
Why you gotta give yourself an adjective?
Because I'm feeling myself today.
You should. You look really nice.
Thank you. Like,
beautiful.
Do I look 50s?
You do.
Okay, that's the look I was going for. Hi. So I'm joined by my lovely, lovely favorite people in the whole wide Bring It world. Who are you guys?
Hi, guys. It's your girl, Robin Ayers.
How y'all doing? I'm Tony.
What up, Tony?
More.
Shut up, Tony. Give them more.
That's it. That's all y'all get.
Oh, shady. Anyways, like I said, this is episode 13, Road to Royale. So this week we are competing against the Purple Diamonds.
Yes,
as
again.
always, not as always again. Shanika, their coach, is saying a lot of stuff. They won twice in a row. We all know that there's been years of drama between them, and they're the biggest rival teams in Jackson, Mississippi, which has to be hard because I'm sure like half the city likes each team.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, and like Miss Diana said, like everybody wants that title. You know what I'm saying? To be like the champs of your hometown. So I'm sure it's got to be hard and very competitive.
Of course. I mean, anytime any team is going up against the Dancing Dolls, they want to make sure that they beat them and that they walk home with the trophy because the Dancing Dolls are #1.
Right.
So you always want to beat the best.
And then you know what I was thinking? I mean, I'm sure some of these girls on both teams go to the same school, and they're probably actually friends. Because, I mean, you can't just say, like, I'm not friends with you because we're on a different dance. I mean, you can, but they're young. So I know that has to be weird to, like, battle against, like, your best friend. Or not your best friend, but someone that you go to school or may have class with.
Or you just know or
you know.
whatever. And I actually thought about that when they were all walking into the building for the competition. I was like, I wonder people who live, like the girls who live in Jackson, how do they determine which school they're, which team they want to join?
Right.
I was wondering, like, okay, well, what does that look like out there?
Yeah, like, how do you know you want to be a doll or a diamond?
Yeah.
You know what I imagine?
What?
During, like, recess or during lunch.
Please.
Stand battles.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
But did you guys have your own version of stand battle when you were like in middle school or high school?
I just couldn't dance.
I think you could dance because the way you be like twerking in your chair.
But I can't do choreographed dance.
Okay.
I can like do freestyle. Well, I'm practicing for our video that you've challenged me
that you were supposed to have this week, but you've chosen to do it during the mid-season finale.
Exactly. No, did I say mid-season finale or did I say the finale?
You're supposed to have it this week regardless.
Well, I don't think
I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear excuses. Okay, you know what? We having cuts.
No, shut up.
because this ain't, I mean, apparently you think this is a game.
No, it's not
If you're going to be up in here talking about bring it, then you need to be one of them folks that bring it.
Were you waiting for me at the door? Shut up. No, I do want to do a video, you guys, and I am going to do a video, but I want to do it towards the end where I've practiced and I've watched like the dolls. I've gotten inspiration. Right now, I just don't feel like my inspirational juices are flowing.
I cannot wait to see that video.
Yeah.
She ain't have enough time this week and she don't feel confident enough in her dance skills. Therefore, the twerking video that she did 2 weeks ago for some audition will not be suitable for this Bring It challenge. However, she will do her best to go to Millennium, Debbie Reynolds, or Edge dance classes here in LA
or
to get
Abby
herself
Reynolds.
together.
Or Abby, who's opening up a dance studio here
in LA.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a while.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, so let's get back into the episode. Enough about me. I will do the.
She knows she like it.
How long does it need to be for? Like how long? So I know all the requirements.
As long as you feel like it should be.
Okay.
More than 30 seconds.
Okay.
Because you tried it.
I could do 30 seconds. So anyway, more than 30 seconds.
31 seconds.
So the girls are competing in Only Stance this week. This is going to be a civil war against the Purple Diamonds. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's just everyone, I'm sure in the city, is like coming out for this. This is like a big deal, which I wish we could.
Even people from out of town.
Exactly, which we've seen. Mm-hmm. So this week we also found out that Kayla is running the show. She is Little Miss D. She's going to be conducting cuts, conducting the formations, pretty much everything, as well as keeping herself in order. So she said she needs to channel her inner Miss D, which is super cool and really trusting for Miss D to give to her. What did you guys think about Miss D handing her over the torch at a moment that's so like
pivotal?
Yes,
it's pivotal.
Yeah.
But I thought that's just so cool of Miss D to do. Now, I will say this though. There's some things that, I mean, I love the fact that she did it, but there's some things that I was like, I don't know if I would have done it like that.
Like
you know what I
mean?
For instance, I almost think that she should have prepped her on coaching the team or being the coach that week. For instance, if maybe last week or so, she could have pulled Kayla to the side and said, come here, watch how I do this. Watch how I do the transformations or the, what do you call it? Like the formations.
Formations.
Watch how I do the formations and here's my reasoning behind it. You know, when you train somebody, you're literally bringing them right along, letting them watch your decisions, the reason you make those decisions and everything. But she just put her on blast. Like, you're doing it this week. And then she's like getting at her for not making the decisions that she would have made.
I say good. You know why?
I do too.
Because she's the captain.
And she's been watching it for that long.
But I wasn't.
But okay, so when?
Hello?
So what do you guys think?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
Hello.
Is this on?
But her being the captain, if Miss D was sick, couldn't attend practice or whatever, guess who needs to be in charge of practice? The captain. So you still have to make sure that the formations are there, that you know the routine, that your team knows the routine, and as a captain, you should know all of your team members.
I agree.
So you should be able to have that same way of thinking. If not, a different way of thinking that makes sense. And that's the whole point Miss D was saying. She was like, why are you putting her over there? And when Kayla couldn't say why she was putting her up, you should have a reason. Because
go ahead, sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm long-winded.
That's all right. You got
But when I used to choreograph a group of like 20-something girls in college, and that's because I didn't do cuts. I just if you know the dance, you can do it. But looking at our formations and things like that, there had to be a reason why there was a core group of people and then everyone else kind of fell into the back, or why I chose this girl to have this lead role and not someone else. There was always a reason and a thought, or we're doing this song with these costumes because it makes sense. You know what I mean? As someone who's over that, you have to have a reason for what you're doing.
But that's exactly my point. If Kayla does not know why she is doing the formation, this is something that she should have been taught. But
she's been in rehearsals every week.
That's my only defense, is that I feel like Kayla has been with the dolls for a long time. She has to kind of comprehend why Miss D does what Miss D does. Even if some things go without unsaid, you know why Miss D has you in the front. You know why she may put someone next to you. You've seen and watched all these girls dance without you being in front of them. You watch them face on too.
I agree.
So you know what they're capable of. You know what they can do.
But this is what I'm talking about. You see how that moment went when she said, Kayla, you know, and she kind of yelled at her, why did you do the formations like that? And this is what I would have done. Put her on blast. And Kayla said, that embarrassed me. That was embarrassing. What I would have done is say, come with me.
You would have babied her.
Not necessarily babied her, but when you're training someone, again, because Miss D, like, there's a balance. You can have that strict sternness, but there's also the time of teaching and all of that. So she could have brought Kayla along and said, what would you do right here? Who would you put right there? As she's watching the group, rather than just boom,
but
throw
she
it out
did do
there.
that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
She did tell her
she should have time for that.
But she did. She said put the girls where she had her put them in.
No, but I'm talking about
order.
to a side, like to the side. Like, you're with me today, so let's watch all the girls. You know what I'm saying? To the side. Who do you think will go right there? Who do you think complements each other? Who do you think will make each other, you know, better? Putting them next to each other, and then letting her, like, asking her those questions to see,
like, baiting her a little bit more.
But
a little bit, like, what would you do? Seeing where her mind is, rather than just saying go, Kayla, and then like, nope, like, I wouldn't have done it.
I understand what you're
saying.
saying.
That's why she was embarrassed.
She has been there every week, and as captain, she has seen. They've all seen Miss D work.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why, because truth be told, whenever you're doing anything, whether it's a job, whether us doing this, anything, you in the back of your mind are always thinking like, well, I would have done it like this,
or why did she do it that way?
Yeah. So if she was actually paying attention to prep for her owning her own studio and being, you know, a coach, she would have been thinking that way already, to where when that opportunity came, she could have said, okay. And she said, you're going to be right here. Why are you putting them there? Well, because I think she can do this. She's looking a mess right now, so I need to put her in the back.
But don't you, as the CEO or president of a company, when you know that you need someone to take your place at a certain point, wouldn't you also say, I need to train this person to walk in my footsteps, to run it like I would run it?
But
no, because usually they have a CFO or someone that's or CCO or something under them that's watched how they move or watch how they operate.
Well, maybe this is an agree to disagree type of situation.
Yeah.
No, you just wrong.
I understand. Whatever. No, but I understand what you guys are saying. I'm just saying I would have handled it a little bit differently, and she wouldn't have been crying at that moment. And then she was like barking at her like, yo, no tears up in here in my studio.
My only thing of why I feel like Kayla is about to graduate, and I do think Miss D knows how to use her leverage of tough love. I think this week was very appropriate how she used it, because Kayla is about to graduate, and she's saying, I want to open up my own studio. And she can. She may be able to go to school and have a side studio right now because the show is doing really well. And if that's something she wants to do, she needs to know. And it's like, I don't have time to teach you these little things that you should have been paying attention to this whole time.
Okay, this is the last thing I'll say to that, and then we can move on.
Okay.
So the last thing I'll say is, can you give her one day with you or one rehearsal with you just to see where her mind is, and then put her in a coach's position? Would you do that?
I'm sure she has done that, though.
Okay, you're just saying we haven't seen it.
Maybe we haven't.
I don't know that she has.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Hopefully. I think that Miss D is very good, like I said before, with knowing how to use the love. And, of course, Kayla's going to cry. I mean, if Miss D yelled at me, I'm probably sure I would get, like, a little...
No, girl. No.
No, but I mean, like, at her age, at 18 or at 17.
She's heard worse from Miss D.
Yeah, but she's now in front of everyone, and she has the reins of being the leader.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay,
so let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's get... Okay, so basically, we all know Battle Royale is the Super Bowl of the majorettes, which is like, they couldn't have said it enough. We're really serious. We saw how it was last year. It was a serious time. We didn't win. So this year, it's like, hey, we don't have any other chance but to bring it. So we see PD in their dance or their rehearsal studio, and they're doing a lot of stunts, and do you guys think that they are more provocative in their dance, like when they use the chair, or how, you know, I know a lot of times we bring up the chair. Is the chair a provocative tool? But what do you guys think?
It's like, what way can you not be? Well, no, I've seen the chair used as a non-provocative tool, but, you know, I don't know. know. I think they do be giving it a little bit too much. I've said this before, like for young girls like that to be using the chair and to do all kinds of moves is kind of against my style, but at the same time it works for them down south, and maybe that's just the way
that depends.
That they do.
If you taking the chair and you like acting like somebody's sitting there and you like going all down on chair and all that, is you know, things and moves that you do to make it look provocative.
Right.
But if you're just using it as a prop, like what they did, they stood on top of the chairs and did like the. Oh, we talking about PD.
We're talking about PD in their rehearsal. They did a whole like back.
I didn't think they were using it provocative. In fact, they probably should have got rid of the chairs because they didn't accomplish whatever it is they were trying to accomplish.
So what they thought they were trying to accomplish was a stand called. It was for the dolls called DD4L. They were going to use a imposed Misty and a Sanjay.
That was interesting.
Which was okay. So we'll talk about our opinions later. Yeah, so then we get into Miss D and the dancing dolls practice. We saw the whole critique, which we just discussed. Miss D basically let Kayla take the reins. She let Kayla know, this is not right. Let me let you know why I'm doing this. So she said she puts Kayla and Tamia together because they feed off of each other. She puts Cameron and Christiana together because she enjoys watching them dance together because it's fun for her, which is pretty cool. Because then it's just interesting to see in Miss D's head why she operates the way she does. And then she puts Micaiah, Ken Janae, and Shakila because they go buck, which they do, which we've all seen. So now we understand the formations of why the dolls. She didn't mention why she put Sanjay where she put Sanjay.
But the thing is, what that all would have been canceled had Kayla been able to tell Miss D why she was putting people in. Kayla was just doing it like, you go over there.
Right.
You go over there. And if she had a reason behind why she was doing it and was able to tell that to Miss D, that whole scene wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And I think, but that kind of goes back to what I was saying. I think that she needed to know the reason behind the formations. Maybe Miss D didn't need to say, well, this is who I would normally put with each other. Maybe she didn't need to say that, but I think she definitely needed to say, there needs to be a reason behind who you pair together or your formations.
Yeah.
But Kayla didn't know to do that.
But Kayla needs to know her team. You need to know who you're working with.
She's still, and to me, she's still in grooming mode. Like, she's still really young. So I think that what Miss D is doing with her is great, and I think that, you know, she's pushing her, and, you know, she's gonna have her own studio. That's fantastic. But at the same time, I'm just saying, groom her accordingly, use tough love, you know, when you need to, and then soften it up a little bit, teach her, you know, as you need to. Don't just throw her out there.
Right. So with anything, Miss D gives Kayla also the reins of cuts, and so this week she gets the clipboard, and she's I don't think the girls really took her serious. I feel like if I got that role, I'm going to be super, like, I'm not playing any games, especially this time, like you said, is very pivotal. I'm not going to, like, play around or just be, like, very lackadaisical, like, well, all of you guys did a good job, so I'm just going to let you guys, you know, make it. Basically, she let two people know that they need to work on it, but she didn't do any cuts. What did you guys feel about that?
Well, I liked how she did cuts. She made them face each other as if it were an actual battle. So I like that. But I also felt like, you know, she was confident enough in her team to not make cuts.
Okay.
She was like, there's some things you need to work on, but I'm not going to cut anyone. Because, you know, who wants to miss out on winning that first place over Purple Diamonds?
Yeah, but if you can't bring it, then...
But was there anyone that wasn't, like, completely bringing it, though?
We never actually fully saw them, like, do the whole...
Yeah, completely.
But we know the end result, so...
Yeah, we do.
But I will say that also, I did also like the way that she did her cuts, and she can also relate to what these girls are thinking because she's a member. So she probably did not want to cut anybody. But I like the way that she said, listen, you were doing this at first, but then she told Sanjay, like, you were, you know, hype or whatever a little bit at first, and then you kind of got a little bit lax toward the end. So I like her delivery. It wasn't harsh, and it made the girls, I believe, respect her a little bit more.
You're right. I do agree with that. I could tell she was definitely a little bit nervous. And with nerves, it's like, and then at the end of the day, like, at 18 and 17, your friends are all that matters to you. And I'm sure these girls are like her best friends. They spend a lot of time together. So cutting your friend is never right. Like, I mean, us, we're adults, so we're like, bye, you know, like, buzz you later. But we, like, now that when you're 17 or 18, it's hard. Your friends are everything. Yeah. I mean,
it matters.
It matters. Yeah, of course. Like, everyone's your best friend. Till you get older.
I don't know where y'all were. Everybody wasn't my best friend.
Well, you weren't a nice kid.
I was very nice. I was actually so nice that people wanted to be my friend. And when you did something wrong and I chose not to be your friend, then that's you and your feelings. Sorry, you can't be in my circle.
Have you always been this confident and comfortable?
No.
You grew into it.
It's been a learning experience. I'm still not that comfortable and confident.
You come off that way. Yeah,
you do.
I mean, we all. This is not Tony Bring It. Y'all tried it. Y'all tried it again.
Yeah, but you know our fans really like for us to relate, and they relate to us. So,
but okay, so you know, have I always been confident and as cool as I am? No. Am I still learning? Yes. But when I choreographed that dance team in college, I had just learned how to choreograph and dance like back my junior year of high school. So this was still new to me, but I had a love and a passion for it. But I also knew what I felt was entertaining. I knew how to put on a show. So like when we did Christina Aguilera's Dirty at a women's basketball game, and I went out and got orange cones and caution tape around the cones and lights, and we're all in these ripped up like kind of outfits and stuff, I knew what I was doing.
You knew it?
Yeah.
So you're confident in the things that you set your mind on. That's good.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
I always have a vision, and then I will do everything I can to make that vision go the way that it was supposed to. I remember driving to every mall looking for those police lights and spending my own money on them because
for the vision.
Yeah, because I had a vision and I knew what I wanted it to look like. And if I really had my way, at the end of our dance, we would have stepped into like a kiddie pool and had water coming down on us as we finished the dance.
From where, though?
I would have figured it out. I would have got somebody up on a ladder and said, slowly pour.
You're crazy. You're just as crazy as who we're about to discuss. Tracy from the Miami Superstars. Yes. So Tracy decides to show up this week.
She drove 18 hours, y'all.
No, okay, let's be real. Production flew her in.
That's what I said.
But I was like, her hair was too fresh.
Yeah.
She came in real extra. She felt like they brought me, they flew me in. Which
no, she's feeling real extra because she again is feeling herself because her group win last time?
No.
Didn't they?
They didn't win.
No, we won.
They won. But
they won the first time.
Yeah. So basically she's like everyone else, I'm coming to see what y'all can do.
Right.
And like in her interview, she was like, I'm coming to see what they can do to see if I need to restructure what it is that we're doing. So I get it.
And I like that she didn't come with a hater mentality. She said, you know what, I came because these are the best two teams that are rivals. I want to see which ones are the best. I'm about to battle against these two teams.
Okay, but what I loved was her little sideline reporting when she had her her one-on-one sort of interview, and she was like, "Purple Diamonds, what they did." Yeah. You know, I was just like, "Okay, Tracy."
Really awesome. What I really love was what's her name, Tawanza. When DDP were sitting in the stands and they all saw Tracy, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, there's Tracy!" And Tawanza was like, she got her bang on the swing. She's like a sailor wants to see. She's very smart. She drew 18 hours, which was super funny. Yes. But anyways, so Miss D and Tracy got into like not a verbal altercation, but just like.
But it's kind of like.
Yeah. But you know what? I have to give Tracy her props because she was the first person that I saw that knew exactly her comebacks were so on it with Miss D. Usually people are just like shocked, and then
That's
they walk away.
Quick on their feet.
But Miss D this week walked away. I mean, Miss D, I love you, but not to say like you lost or who to say who won. But her and Tracy, like, they have the same kind of brain of how to get back with people, get back. So.
But okay, so Miss D is human. You know what I'm saying? We all go through it because before it was just like she wins all the time, But like, okay, no, you have a moment too, right, to walk away.
So we get into stand. So the first dance was thrown by PD. I was like, whoa, taken back. Like, what the hell? Like, they came out hard.
But let me ask you something. Is there ever such thing as too much energy?
No. I don't think there's ever.
Because I kind of felt like little homegirl in the front. She was bucking, yes, but I felt like it was too much.
Really?
You know what I mean?
I think their whole team, when I was watching compared to all the dolls and stuff, they do very wide movements.
Right.
And they're like, their arms are like straight. Their legs are straight. They're very like hard with their move. And so it makes the stance like seem huge, like larger than life and very, very energetic.
And then it goes to show like when you, because it's show business too. They're in this showtime type of thing. The bigger the movements, the better. Like, because no matter what.
But you can't be solo doing it. And I think that's what it was.
The girl in the front.
The girl in the front, like she was so hard with it and so much energy that like you focused in on her and you're like, ooh, are you about to snap your neck? Are you about to crack your back?
Right.
Like you're doing so much right now that like either everyone else needs to come up to where you are to make it look really good, or you need to tone it down just a tad so that way you're a bit cleaner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's something that they need to work on because it's like, listen, as the coach, I would be like, you guys are not matching her energy. Yeah. And you need to come up. I would always say come up. Nobody go down.
No one go down.
Everybody match her.
I agree. But then it fell really flat because they started they threw the stance, the DD4L stance. So it's like very gimmicky. They came out with a dance and then it just fell flat because it seemed like a whole big mess. And then this whole Sunjay situation, and then you falling on the floor and then you're doing all this weird stuff. It just came off like really like, this is what you guys came to battle with. You should have brought all your moves.
But that's a point I wanted to make really fast. Kayla said to her team, let's just focus on what we have to do. Let's not even think about them. And when you put all of your focus on
someone else,
I mean, Kayla, speak. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, how cool is that?
Right.
That's what she should have did during that rehearsal.
For a young woman to say something like that is so profound. Like, don't even trip. Don't even worry about what they have going on. Let's focus on us.
But the thing about that DD4L stance was that it wasn't choreographed to be clean to where we understood what was happening. Like all of a sudden there was these folks in hot pants and doing it.
Yeah. And then we had that majorette guy. He came in the second one.
No, that was a different one. But it was like that one wasn't clean. But take you back to like when the Dancing Dolls did a similar stance for another team like that, and they had Sanjay come out pretending that she was that, like, you could see it. You had a moment as an audience member to go, okay, they're portraying it. Okay, it's like, and that's what you're supposed to be, instead of being like, wait, what happened? Wait, did I miss something? Why are they out here? Like,
why are they falling on the floor? Yeah. It was just all over the place. So then the dolls threw a stance that was very soft. I think the music throws us off, but to me it came off as like a soft opener, but they were very fast with their movement. And Miss D, this was the first time I ever saw her on the stand, like on the sidelines, yelling and screaming for her team, because usually she's straight face, poker face, like nothing,
because she
was
they were
feeling it. Which they were.
But that chair split.
I dropped the mic.
Wait, let's go. So PD, they throw a big stance, wide arms, blah 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 blah. Like I said, they did their formation stunt, fell through, girl fell. A lot of the girls fell. Stunt. It was a mess.
First of all, and
then we had the majorette guy come out on that one too.
But going back to that one, if you're gonna do something like that to where you have to physically lift someone, first of all, the girls
that were falling back were bigger than the girls that were holding them.
Right. So you have to make sure that height weight proportion is equal, so that the person that you're picking up is not bigger than what you actually are.
Yeah.
So and then to do something to where they didn't have to lean, that seemed too much, and that's why they fell.
Yeah. Agreed. And so then, so we're about to wrap up in like 2 minutes.
Ain't nobody wrapping up.
Yes, we are.
We still got more to talk about.
No, we have a little bit more to talk about. We have one news and gossip that Miss D's husband. So let's don't start, Tony. Okay, so the dolls throw the meanest hair flip stance. Okay,
yeah.
Kayla's hair. It seemed like just inches all
everywhere.
Over the place. Okay,
you know what? If Pantene Pro V or
need a commercial,
or Suave
yes.
or some shampoo, y'all need to sponsor them girls and be like, y'all need healthy, shiny, beautiful hair when you're doing a stance.
All different colors too, because they purple, blonde, black,
yes.
all different colors. So they do a mean hair flip, and then they come with the most on point chair stance split. That was out of control. I even had to tweet Miss D like, girl, can you please teach me how to do that?
Kayla's face
was stuck.
Everything.
Yes, it was.
I'm so glad the camera was right on her. I mean, you saw the other girls too, but Kayla
killed it.
Killed that.
Yes, she did.
So that there goes to show about practicing, even though, you know, a lot of people we always talk about, they don't understand that the dolls compete every single week. Right. They're not just like Tracy's team. They compete every couple months. So they have a long time to rehearse.
And
this
practice,
is something that they've learned in a week. That stance. And that is the appropriate way to use a chair.
That's right.
Chairs.
What people don't understand is that with this show, because I know with Dance Moms, it's the same way. They have to learn new stuff every week.
They don't get it. And that's why a lot of people are so hard on. But it's like teams that have so much time to practice, and then they bring co-stars and girls from different states and all this. Yeah. And then the dolls have to go to school every week. They have to do their homework. They have to come practice and travel to battle every single week, which is crazy. So we got into the winners. Yay. We won again.
Yeah.
DD4L.
DD4L.
So Kayla did really good as the captain overall.
She did. Congratulations,
Kayla. Yeah. And also Tracy, she congratulated us, and she was like, hey, the dolls brought it. She saw that the purple diamonds really aren't a big competition for her. So now when she goes home, she says she even has things, like you said, to change or to work on.
Well, I had a question about the purple diamonds coach. Was she no longer pregnant in this episode?
I don't think so.
Did y'all clock that?
She had her baby.
Okay, because I had clocked that.
Yeah, I did too.
I said, I don't think that thing pregnant no more. Because in the last episode, she was real pregnant. Like, right after they said, cut, you done? She said, I gotta go have a baby right now.
Yeah, she did.
Like, that's what it looked like to me.
She did. She had a kid.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
congratulations, Shanika.
Yeah. So, just a little bit of news and gossip, and then we are done. Like I said, I've been in contact.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
Predictions. Right. So I talked to Miss D's husband. Like I let you guys know, he's kind of been giving me as much as he can.
Nice.
Are you allowed to say this scoop?
I can tell you what he's told me that I'm allowed to say.
Did you ask him if you could say live on the air about what you about to spill?
Yeah, we had a full-on discussion that each week
I'm just making sure you keep your job.
Oh, trust and believe. I'll be fine. Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Okay. He said they just started filming the new episodes. It's not a new season, so not for anybody to get confused. I know it's been like, okay, are they filming a new season? It's not a new season. It's just part B of season 2.
Yeah.
So they do a break, and then they come back with a whole new slew of episodes. So we will take a little break. I think next week is our last episode before our break.
Yeah.
And then he said there's been a lot of things that he wanted us to clear up. There's been a lot of speculation that girls and members of the team are getting kicked off, or they've been suspended, or there's been like a lot of drama with the team. And I know Miss Diana has been defending the team a lot on Instagram and Twitter. None of that's true. So he wanted me to let you guys know that none of that's true. All the dolls are still there. They're not going anywhere, and there's no drama. The girls' first battle was actually last night. We don't know who won. He couldn't tell me. But he said that their first battle was last night.
Nice.
So that was super cool to know that while we were watching, or the day after we watched, they're filming for a whole new Part B season. And then he said that the season is going to be really long. So you guys buckle up, get ready, because they are going to bring it even more. Again, thank you guys for tuning in for another episode.
Did y'all hear that the Dollhouse Factory is expanding?
Yes.
To a new city?
Yes. And also, Miss D is opening up another dance studio for all.
D. Williams Dance Company.
Yeah, for all ages.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
And also, apparently, this was posted 8 hours ago on her Instagram. She's Skyping again tonight. So,
yay.
She said Skype up. Miss D, you better call in to us or say,
yes. Miss D?
She is. We talked about it.
Good.
Oh, she followed you.
Yeah.
That's right.
On Twitter.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. So she's
okay,
gonna.
Good.
When is she
really
in LA?
Tell her, please. Call in.
No, she's definitely gonna call in.
She's coming in.
She's gonna probably come in, especially now that we have a whole Part B season.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be.
When she coming to LA?
She was just here maybe a couple weeks ago, but
Why
when
was
she
she
comes
here?
back, because she only stayed a little bit. Tony, oh my gosh, you are gonna get me fired. I can't say as much as I only have enough to say. We'll talk about it after.
I want to talk about it now.
Shut up. Anyways, I'm your host, English Cleveland. You guys have been awesome. You guys can always find me on Instagram at Pink English, as well as on Twitter, English Speaks. Where can I find you guys?
I am on Instagram at Robin Ayers, and my website, it's robinayers.com.
You can find me on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook at Lounging with Tony, or my website, loungingwithtony.com.
Or Lounging with Tony. Get your life, Tony.
Or how about English needs to stop speaking.com?
.com, you know it, Tony?
Or Pink English needs to turn to redenglish.com.
Oh, no.
Or you tried it.com. Or you think you the bomb.com.
Or wait, I was waiting for you at the door.com.
Hashtag you tried it. Hashtag we're done.
Hashtag
I'm over it.
Better have my money.
Hashtag,
okay.
And this is it,
hashtag
guys.
you're not Rihanna.
Thank you so
hashtag
much for
you'll never be
tuning in.
Beyonce.
See you
Hashtag,
we love you guys. Be deeper.
Hashtag you are Michelle Williams.
hashtag you're Latavia.
No.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
I don't care.
We're not that way.
Oh.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you later.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.